just pass around the mic and introduce yourself in a short 10 to 15-second time.
Hello everybody, I'm Shishir. I am an 21-year-old artist. I do digital media and mixed medium.
Hello, I'm Sarina Solomon, and I'm an artist and an animator.
My name is Suryaa. I mostly do digital art and I'm interested in animation and sculpting.
My name is Shahul. I usually paint and do digital art, and I dabble in wood printing.
Greetings, my name is Chimi. I'm a 20-year-old artist who does traditional. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Aria, and I like doing both digital as well as traditional and experimenting with different mediums.
Hi, I'm Shan Chen. I do both digital and traditional media, and I also love drawing Pokemon.
Okay. A huge round of applause for our artists here, guys. The evening was possible only because of them here. So, how does it feel for you guys bringing out yourselves out there? You're always behind the canvas, or your signatures down there. So, how does it feel for you all to be placed on such a platform as a big guy? If I'm not wrong, this is your first show that you guys are doing as budding artists. So, Shishir, if you had to say something about it, how would that go?
It's definitely an experience because as an artist, we all are behind the canvases. It's more about our mind working there, and we don't show ourselves much. Our emotions are shown in the artworks, not through our body language, our face, or how we talk. So it's definitely something new to me, and I'm very glad to get this experience.
Okay, that's really great. That's a nice insight, Shishir. So, Sarina, if I had to place the same question for you, and if I'm not wrong, you finished your degree as well, and you also teach art, right?
Yes.
So, how is that for you and a platform like this?
I was really nervous to talk because I usually speak through my art. I'm not very used to an audience at all. But one of my friends told me to just treat you all like the children I teach, and I think that's made it easier for me to talk to you all. I'm glad to have a platform to show my art, and yes.
So Surya, so imposing the same, you said you like sculpting, right?
Yeah.
And you always are behind the sculptures, right? So how does it feel to be showcased yourself here?
It's very strange actually. I don't actually show myself when I'm portraying my art because the art have to speak for itself, and it's a very unusual experience, but I wouldn't say I don't like it entirely.
So it's a good turn of events for you here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and Shaul, with the same questions reflecting, like you said, like you like art and you go along and you're always behind the canvas. So how does it feel to be up front?
It's not different, but when there's 2 weeks, we all together, as artists, we usually paint all alone by ourselves. But together, it was a different thing. Like we all together made something to tell people our emotions and to make them feel something inside them.
That's nice. That's great. And Jimmy, your attention to detail always goes on your canvas. So now there's a lot of detail on you now. So how does that reflect?
I mean, it is my first time showcasing my art in a big platform, and also being recognized as the artist too, because usually people just admire the art and does not recognize the artist much. But I like it how this platform gave me a place where I can showcase myself too as the artist.
I'd like to correct you there. We didn't give you the platform. You gave us the platform to showcase it. So, yeah.
That's a good thing. Thank you.
And going with Arya, right? Yes. So how do you feel about the whole setup that we have today and like how your art going along with?
I think this was definitely a very new opportunity for me to get out of my comfort shell and to connect with other artists and learn about their own journeys and ways of different ways of doing art. And it definitely helped me to learn what kind of different mediums that I have not explored, and I'm really excited to learn more about it.
and Shad. Like you said, you like drawing Pokemon, and
Yeah,
so now your Pokemon are out there. Now they're gonna go get them all. So how does that feel?
It feels great. When I started drawing Pokemon, I think I started like the start of the year. I was just posting like my favorite Pokemons, okay? And then suddenly people like, I was posting on Instagram, people started commenting. They're like, can you draw this Pokemon? Can you draw this one? This one? And I kept drawing them, okay? And these people were so excited. They would change their PFPs to the Pokemons I drew and they would comment me. And if I had a bad day, I would post on my story sometimes. They would cheer me up. And it felt really great, be able to give something to people, making people happy by drawing these silly little cartoon, these Pokemons.
Right. So you can we all like collectively say that the resonation that you put on your art is also being resonating on yourself also right now. So we'll keep it short, we'll keep it simple. And like now we'll talk about the journey. You've been here for 2 weeks. You've put painting from 2 weeks, but you've been planning from a month. Right? The journey was very simple. You walked in, you see the space, it was all empty. And we had given you the task to fill up this space with your creativity. So going along now, Shan, and we'll pass around each one's opinion here. So how has this 2 week journey been for you on a personal level? And now your personal level experience has become public and it's gone on print also now. So how does that feel? So if each one of you could share us an insight about that.
So this is basically my first time working on a big canvas with acrylic paints. The last time I touched acrylic paints was in 3rd grade. I think was drawing a Pokemon again, Gyarados. So, it was very difficult at first because I usually draw on digital, right? So I wasn't used to like having to sit down and wait for the paint to dry. And I think my piece throughout the 2 weeks that I was working on it went through like 4 or 5 changes.
Oh, that's great. Now moving on to Aria. So how was your experience? If I'm not wrong, we've not yet unveiled it, but you've done an oil painting, right? It takes the most amount of patience to deal with. So how was that?
Yes, actually, I thought that was doing like more like a classical art, so I wanted really opening for the advantage that it has really smooth blending and gives more of a smoother texture, which works well with personally with what I visualized for the piece, which was what I wanted. But throughout the times there were in the 2 weeks there were times where I was reconsidering like will I be able to finish it or like if there'll be the challenges and if anything goes wrong, but thankfully it was a good opportunity and it turned out fine at the end.
So going on to Chimi. So the way you put attention area, you took so much time, you took it home, if I'm not wrong, to put in the detail until you were satisfied, right? So how does that feel?
For me, I do have this like keen attention for details. I do put a lot of amount of time for details. That's the reason why I had to take it home too. And personally, this was like I usually don't interact much when I'm doing my art, and this was like a new thing for me, like with groups and having a lot of interactive sections, discussions, midnight meetings, and all that. So I liked it. I liked how the experience was. So personally, it helped me grow and connect with a lot of artists too. So like.
That's great. And Shahul, if I'm not wrong, when we started this off, it was just an idea. So you had to personally go curate and pick all of your mates, your batchmates, some of your seniors, some of your colleagues here from college, right? Yeah. So how was that experience putting this 2 week journey and coming along?
Well, I would say it's a very fun journey throughout the whole 1 month and 2 weeks, where we find people who want to do this, to get inspired, to show something to the public, and how we are together coming to artists as a community to showcase our talents and show who we are.
That's nice. That's a really nice insight. And Surya, so working together as a group, in one way you guys had to match paces in these 2 weeks, and it did become a group. Its art is very personal, but if you look at it, we've taken a different toll here. We've made it more of a group aligned thing because we had one theme to work along. And how was your journey personally working with everyone, and a personal insight on that?
Shahul told me about the exhibition when we were in our end semester exam. Initially, I didn't want to do it because I never worked on a canvas before, and I usually don't work with people. So I thought I'll pass on the opportunity. But then when I thought about it, I decided why not give it a shot. And I'm glad I gave it a shot because it was completely different from what I'm used to normally. So I don't know what to say, but I like this experience.
So in one way, we can say it's like a whole holistic development here, individually and in a group. How you work out with the odds, you go along with the pace of the team, and go along. In one way, you guys were a team, like one A team, the art team, if I have to put it out along.
Yeah.
So Sarina, how was your journey in these 2 weeks? And if I'm not wrong, you're also a working professional. So because you couldn't put in much time here, but you didn't want to give up on that, so you took your art home.
Yeah.
So how was that?
It was really nice. I wish I could have worked with everyone, but as whenever I got some free time, I tried to visit and watch everyone's journey. I had to find a balance between my work, like teaching, designing, all of that, with painting. I did pull an all-nighter to finish it, but it was still very fun. I learned a lot about the subject that I was working with too.
Oh, that's great. And Shishir, if I'm not wrong, this is your first time to painting on a canvas, right? And going along.
Yes,
yeah.
this, like I normally do digital artwork, so just like Surya said it, he was a bit hesitant. Yeah, when Shahul asked me to, even I was a bit hesitant. I'm like, can I do this? Like those self doubts you have in your life and you don't think you can do something. That's something I had it too. But then I was like, no, I may have them. I may not know this medium because acrylic and the traditional medium, I don't exactly do them. So I was like, no, it's fine, I'll do it. I got my friends here, so I'll learn with them, I'll grow with them, and I'll do a good artwork. And I'm very grateful to meet all these people here, this amazing artist. They taught me so much. I learned a lot from them, so I would say thank you for them, and thank you for you guys to be hosting this.
So that was a lovely interaction. And like to just sum it up and all. So with this, they all set a theme. So we had just given them an assignment and we were clueless what these artists are going to do, how they're going to do it, how we're going to put an alignment to this, and how we're going to stage it in one place. Because there's a different types of art and there's different variety. And there's one thing beautiful what these artists have done. They've clubbed it to one theme. So who came up with the theme among you all? Okay, Shahul.
So I came up with a theme.
Oh, so what was the inspiration for the theme?
So we thought like there's a huge family in Greek mythology, right? Why don't we create something here?
Right.
Each painting has some Greek gods or goddesses, and they are all connected to each other as we are connected through art.
So just to go along more deeper into the question, so where you guys picked up a Greek theme, and if I'm not wrong, each one of you has reflected one god in your painting. So what made you choose, let's say this is speaking for the group, how did each one of them pick a god?
Where they took it on their personalities, what they want to show, what emotion they want people to feel about
Okay.
it.
So if I'm not wrong, you've painted Zeus.
Yeah.
And Chimi's gone with Cupid. Aria, you've gone with Aphrodite. Shan as Hades. Surya, Psyche. Sarina, Nyx, and Artemis. So if you see, there's a complete plethora of gods being showcased here through their art, and it's something good. And now to commence this and we'll move forward, I would like the audience to move to the end of that room. So where we have, if you've seen, the element of mystery was introduced with all the arts within a veil. So we want to unveil that today and show what the artists have all put there. A huge round of applause for these artists. Okay?